Hey, what's up guys? This is Halfway broadcasting from around the world in Phnom Penh, Cambodia. How are you doing today? Before I start, don't forget, check out the Facebook channel or the Facebook page so you can catch those Facebook live videos every Sunday morning, 10 a.m. local Phnom Penh time. Also, don't forget to send in your This Is How I Be Easy videos to the email address, which is halfwayeasyvids@gmail.com. Both of those will be in the link of the description of this video. And also, if you need to get a hold of me for any other reason, my direct contact will also be in the link here. All right, guys. So we're going to be talking about the joys and the woes of teaching. So this will be part one. We're going to talk about the joys today. Tomorrow, I will likely release a video called the woes. So you have a little bit of both sides of that. But there really are a lot of like awesome experiences and joyful things that you get out of teaching. I'm sure in general, no matter what you're teaching, but especially teaching English is really cool. So some of the things that bring me a lot of joy, and I'm sure other teachers would agree with me, is just in general, just seeing students progressing and doing things that they weren't able to do before. So for example, if you're teaching a student to read, seeing them go from where they're struggling to where they're being able to do it. The same thing for, writing correctly, as well as even just speaking. Like I've spoken about in some other videos, I've had a lot of the same kids for a long time now, some of them a little bit over a year, and to see like the level that they went from when, I first started teaching in their class, and like we could have the most rudimentary, basic conversations. Hi, how are you? What do you like? What don't you like? To I can literally like sit down with these kids and like have real life conversations with them now, like how much their vocabulary has expanded, and just their understanding of how English works. Now of course, they still make grammatical errors and don't say everything perfectly, but I went from not being able to barely say hi, how are you, and just the most basic English, to being able to have like expressive real conversations. And it's really cool to see that, and I would hope if you're a teacher also, like, either back me up on this or counter it, but I feel like a lot of times it happens in bursts. Like I'll have a student and they'll be like progressing a little bit, and all of a sudden you see like something clicks in them, and then boom, they shoot up to like a whole nother level, and then again they'll progress, and then boom, shoot up. And you really see that, and it makes you feel good. Like at the end of the day, you're like literally like, I taught this person, I translated like my knowledge like into this person, and now they're able to do something that they couldn't do, or do something more effectively or better. So that makes you feel really good, which I think is just, obviously the aim of teaching. That makes sense. But also, as I've spoken again about in other videos, which kind of goes along the same things, but even just like learning, like understanding your students and learning about them, because you think, if you're not already a teacher, it's possible like you think like these are just like, they're just students, that's all they are. They're like a number in the classroom and there's nothing more to them, that's all that they are. But after you're with these kids day in, day out, like you learn that they all have personalities, they have, personal lives, and they go from being solely just pupils, solely just students, to, being like little proteges almost. Because they're actual like human beings with their own autonomy and their own their own lives and their own existence and their own being. So it's even cool to see them grow in that way, seeing them, how they're progressing in life as human beings, as opposed to just English students. So those are some things that are really cool about teaching, or some of the, the pros, some of the things that, make you happy and make you, feel good, and even make you proud. Like I am, like there's so many of my students that I'm incredibly proud of. And outside of, even outside of just teaching students, if you have like a good school, like I really think my school is an outstanding, like incredible school. I really like my school a lot. I've only taught at one other school in Cambodia, and I've been inside of a number of other schools, but my school has an atmosphere that I feel like most schools just don't have. It just, everything in our school is very like, it just feels very happy and very open. And other schools that I go into, I feel like they're like a little bit suppressed, or I just feel like they're like dark a little bit. I don't know, so some of the joys could be, you know, growing with your, you know, your fellow teachers. I've met a lot of really cool teachers here, you know, as well as the faculty, meeting, you know, local people. And although those aren't specifically geared at, you know, teaching your students, they still come with the territory. They still come with that. So, you know, being able to be proud of where you work, and also just in general being proud of what you do. Again, like as an educator, as a teacher, like you're fulfilling like a really awesome role in society. So you have like a good job in terms of like how you can feel about yourself and the satisfaction that you can feel about what you're doing and how you're contributing to the world. And even specifically in Cambodia, I'm sweating so much, it's really hot out today. Even specifically in Cambodia, I don't know, I feel like being a teacher is really cool. Like, I don't know if I've spoken about this in videos, but in the US, for example, if you're a teacher, usually you go by Mr. or Miss or Mrs. So they'd be like, you know, Miss Johnson or Mr. Jacobs, whatever your name is, your last name. But here, like, they actually put like the prefix on it of teacher. Like, you're literally called, in English, you're called teacher. I know in Chinese, we have Chinese, I think they're called Lao Su. I can't remember what the Khmer word is. But either way, like, it's obviously not the same thing, but it's almost like having, you know, doctor in front of your name or teacher. And even like my students' parents, like they still call me teacher. When I see, you know, run into my students outside of school, they call me teacher. People that I don't have any affiliation with teaching whatsoever, if they know that I'm a teacher, oftentimes they still call me teacher. And it's really gratifying. It's really cool to have that, like, that respect, because you're doing something really cool, and it feels really nice to have that. So like everything wrapped up, like having really cool students, getting to know your students, teaching them, you know, that all feels really good. The environment that you work in, and just directly what you're doing, they all, you know, all of those things come together, and there's you get a lot of really, really good feelings and a lot of joy that come out of it. Alright guys, this is Halfway broadcasting from around the world with the joys of being a teacher. I said tomorrow we'll do the woes, so it'll be a little flip on you. Alright guys, peace out, be easy, have a good day.